Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another live stream. We have some goodies to look at today. Some Goofs and Gaffes from Instagram, only a couple, and then a couple Reddit posts, and a video from Internet Versus. I really don't watch that much Internet Versus, and I kind of want to start maybe checking out a bit of their content as it comes out. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. I actually do have a poll ready for everybody. Let me get this started. The poll we have for today is a little fun one. Which gimmick invention would you actually buy? The Jokester Toaster. So the Jokester Toaster tells a joke the entire time your toast is in it. You know? So you put your toast in, your bagel, your Pop-Tart, whatever it may be, you put it down. Boom. It starts telling you a joke. And the punchline is when it pops up. There you go. The next one, alarm clock socks. The alarm socks. Perfect. Pretty self-explanatory. For those of us that get cold and you need to wear socks to bed for some reason, I don't see, wearing socks to bed for me is like wearing jeans to bed. Just couldn't do it. But if you're that type of person that already wears socks to bed, these socks will shake your feet and wake you up. The alarm socks. Sunglasses that brighten up the night. So it's basically the opposite of sunglasses, basically moon glasses, if you will. I have a brief explanation, that way you can understand what these things are. Or singing. I think the sunglasses that brighten up the night is pretty self-explanatory. It makes the night brighter instead of making things tinted. Or finally, the singing activated thermostat. So you could basically be like, I'm freezing up in here. Brr, turn it up to 85. And then the thermostat will go up. You get it? But what if you're not good enough? Then the thermostat doesn't do it for you. You're a little bit off, out of key, and the thermostat goes to 82 instead of 85. What do you do then? But those are the four gimmicks: the Jokester Toaster, alarm clock socks, sunglasses that brighten the night, or singing activated thermostat. Which gimmick invention would you actually buy? Let's start the poll. Poll. But now we can get started. Look at a few Goofs and Gaffes on Instagram that I have ready, that I have pulled up. So let me do that. There we go. So I saw this. This goes out to all my haters. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. I keep doing that.
That everyone who wishes me harm fucking dies, and they get blicked down, put in the ground, dug up, and then told to fucking die again. Bitch ass fuck. Fuck is you talking about? Amen. I pray that everyone who wishes me harm fucking dies, and they get blicked down, put in the ground.
Specifically those who wish me harm. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we're being very direct here. This is an eye for an eye. This is not. And I don't know. I think it's a good statement, you know. You got to make sure you get that out there so everybody knows where they stand. Amen. Now, what do we think of this? Toe wrestling. You know, I look at a lot of interesting sports on this channel. You know, I need to do more deep dives into them, I think. Maybe we'll do one tomorrow. This is toe wrestling, though. Toe wrestling, I like to say. I can't play the audio. I'm going to break your soul, but like sole of your foot. Look at the determination on her face. The dedication. See, she's grimacing. She's not even phased. This is literally like an amateur versus a master. She thought she could take on the champ. Little did she know. I did think this was interesting too, because I was like, how does this work? Do you just have to, like, is it like arm wrestling where you have to like pin their arm, pin their foot? But no, this setup is interesting. I think you have to push their foot across. You have to grip their foot with your foot and then push it to one side and hit like a board. There's like a board on one side. And once you do that on your side, that's when you've won. I knew she was going to win from the beginning. It was like, no, there was no question here. Here, let's see another one real quick. Oh, this is what the mat looks like? That's so funny. I love that, actually. That's perfect. We love gimmicks, don't we? Okay, this feels like fetish content. Okay, okay. When it was talking about breaking people's feet in half, I was into it, but this image throws me off. I don't know. They just made it too artsy. Keep it a sport. Does this have music?
Become a professional toe wrestler. First, you must go to the toe inspection unit and then take the stage and take the toedium. First, your toes will be interlocked, and the aim of the game is to get your opponent's toe touching the opposite.
If it were like arm wrestling, you would break an ankle. Yeah, I feel like that would be the issue. If you were just trying to push, whoever's got the stronger ankle would just snap the other person's ankle. I think that's probably the only way that you could win, right?
Barrier. You'll need to be on your bum, hands behind your back, and the opposite leg must be raised.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting point. I thought that they were just doing that for leverage, but I guess it makes sense that it's the opposite, that it's to have less leverage to actually show independent foot strength.
As you can see here, this is one.
Do they have left-footed bouts? Or is this a solely, pun intended, right-footed competition?
One point. If the feet at any point break away from contact, it is a breakaway and you are reset. It's a tournament style.
It's like in grappling. Like, break. Okay, reset.
To the final, and if you win, you share the £1,000 prize money. Keep it casual.
Bloody knuckles. See, I remember I did bloody knuckles like one time, and we actually ended up like getting like busting our knuckles up. I don't think they started bleeding really bad, but it got to the point where skin was peeling, and we were like, okay, draw. We were kind of like, okay. I think it was like the last person who punched asked for the draw, so it was like, okay, there we go. I've been seeing it. There's some Instagram account where this guy's been going around challenging people to bloody knuckles. Leg wrestling's a good one too. You know, that it's come back around. It's more popular now because of things like TikTok. But I saw a really old video of people doing leg wrestling. There was like, I think it was on one of those found footage YouTube videos that I've seen. Yeah, I think I'd be really good at foot wrestling. What can I say?
How to become a professional toe wrestler.
I like that all of their videos are just explaining how to do it. We need more challengers, please. Almost killed my wife doing leg wrestling. I can imagine that wouldn't go well. You know, because women do have more lower body, like men have upper body strength, women have lower body strength. Like just on average, and so it is funny that the size difference is usually what plays the most factor, because you'd think that you're like, okay, it's like based on average, based on size. comparatively. See, I don't know how I feel about this ever since I figured out that it might be foot fetish content. Why do I keep getting served this stuff? It's only got 4,000 followers, too. This is niche. It was established in 1974. This was just like one family doing it in their backyard. The neighbors looked over the fence one day and said, "Hey, what you guys doing?" And that's how they started an empire. It's beautiful, really. You know, if you think about it, you know, great things start from small places. What's that quote? Great things. Yeah, Andre 3000. Great things start in little rooms. Shout out. This is the same concept here. Oh, and this was also crazy. This is grappling. Apparently, these guys are white belt doing jujitsu no-gi. So they're wearing just, you know, they can't do choking using the gi. And I've never seen an actual stranglehold work in competition. Yeah, this comment is perfect. What in the white belt shit is this? It's literally the most white. It's crazy. Like, the fact that he attempts this, but also the fact that it works.
Open push! Open push! Get down! Get down! Keep it!
Like, I just imagine people on the other side of the mats. They're just like, "Holy shit, he's choking him to death." What's going on over there? He's like looking deep into his soul while he's doing it. And you know, I've never actually thought about stranglehold technique. You know what I mean? I think most people just think, you know, you grab and you just squeeze as hard as you can. But this is actually the proper technique. You get one hand underneath, one hand over the top, and then press. The fact this is in competition is insane. And the ref's just standing there. He's like shaking his head. He's like, "Fuck, what the fuck's going on? What am I witnessing right now?" And he is reffing properly, because basically the rule for this is he's allowed to press. You're allowed to press. You're not allowed to grip. You're not allowed to squeeze. So you can do, like I'm saying, he went underneath with one hand, over with the other, and then just used the pressure. Like, basically used his weight and like the guy trying to get up against him. I don't like it here. I found this, I'm sorry, I had to share this because I've literally never seen somebody actually do this in competition. Lots of hate here. I completely get the choke isn't pretty and not traditional. I am a white belt, so I take direction from my coach and try my best to use my small amount of skill. I was exhausted, and yes, I know I look crazy because of it, lol. Yeah, you were staring into his soul while you were choking him to death. One would find that a bit intense, I have to say. This is just a who's the grippiest contest. Yeah, basically, this is who has the strongest, like, squeeze. That's who wins white belt competitions. Honestly, I should go do a white belt comp because I think I could surpass this, I've got to be honest. Because, like, I mean... it happens, you know? He got worn down. And to end it off, a lot of people have been doing this, the what stop sign trend. I don't know, I guess it's a trend. There was an original video of some guy being like, guy got pulled over, officer said, like, "Can I see your license and registration?" or something along those, you know, so a beginning of the conversation during a traffic stop. And the guy goes, Stop sign? What stop sign? And so everybody's been doing that when talking to police. It looks like this guy might... I think this guy is in the driver's seat. For a second, I thought he was in the passenger, but I think he is in the driver's seat. And yeah, it's best to do it when you know they have nothing. If you know they have nothing, then you can really do whatever you want. But it does become a threat if you could get arrested. Don't let the cart in your pocket, the dab pin in your pocket, get you arrested. It's not worth it. Don't talk shit until they close the door. But this one went well.
Okay. How you doing?
How are you doing, officer?
I'm fine.
Oh, he is in the passenger seat.
I'm Sergeant
Why are you guys
Rosquist.
pulling this over?
What?
Why are you guys pulling this over?
Because this vehicle...
What stop sign?
Huh?
What stop sign?
I didn't say a stop sign.
What stop sign? Stop sign?
I never said the word stop sign. You did. Did you run a stop sign? Is that why you're saying stop sign?
What stop sign?
Okay.
I do love it because when they're confused, like when a cop isn't in on it, just hitting them with it again. What stop sign? Did you see a stop sign? It's the best thing to do. You don't answer questions, you ask questions. Well, what do you mean, officer? How could I have been going that fast? What do you mean?
Okay. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I don't have any guns or drugs. What are you talking about? Who said anything about drugs? Cop says, I didn't say anything about drugs. You said something about drugs. No, 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 no. You did it. No, you. But now we're going to move on to some Reddit posts. Like I said, only a few goofs and gaffes, and I don't know how goofy they were watching that man almost get choked to death. It sure makes me giggle. That was just so... I'm still in awe at it, genuinely. Does that make it awesome? I think so. It invoked awe in me. There you go. But here's a Texas man confronting ICE agents on his property, citing the Second and Fourth Amendment during the encounter. I gotta say, this went... I like the way this dude handled it, and also it just showed again how scummy, like, police officers, federal agents, how they all are. Because whenever they're in the wrong, they want to do whatever they can to, like reobtain control over the situation. They want to assume authority and, like, you know, put themselves in the authority role when they're the ones breaking the law. And so let's check this out.
Get the fuck out of this motherfucker now.
Hey, don't be coming up on me. Stay right there.
You're in my property,
Stay right there.
I'm telling you now. Get the fuck out of my property. You're violating my Fourth Amendment. Get the fuck out of my fucking house. I'm not fucking with you. Both of you, all three of you.
Is him?
Get the
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
Get the fuck out of my property now.
Alright, sorry.
Now.
No, we're just looking for someone
No, that's fine. Get the fuck out of my fucking house. All of y'all. You too. Now.
You better back up.
You better back up. Scumbag. This guy's a scumbag. Like, or what? Literally, or what? Like, you piece of shit. These are the type of people that give, like... that's the thing, is... You don't want to think that all police are bad. You don't want all police to be bad. There are good cops. And people like to say, oh, it's a few bad apples. And when they say it, it's so funny because they're forgetting what the actual saying is. A few bad apples ruins the bunch. That's literally the saying. So it's like, it's just, you spoil it for everybody else. You ruin the, it's just crazy.
Better not do shit. You're my fucking property. What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna violate my court? You violate my court? I got my ticket. Get the fuck out of my...
And in Texas, they have, like, obviously it's different with police and federal agents, but like the stand your ground laws are pretty like and castle doctrine, all that stuff is pretty thorough, I'm pretty sure, in Texas. And so he's not rushing them. He's not, making any attempt to like get up on them, but he's, standing his ground, being like, hey, this is my fucking property. Get out of here. What if I like bad apples? That's fair. Do the sunglasses include prescription with them, or just regular sunglasses that are bright at night? Yeah, they're just bright at night. So they're regular sunglasses. So you'd have to do that thing where you wear like your regular glasses underneath the sunglasses, but then it would be like it would brighten the night up. But here, let's finish it off because I think they just walk out from here. But
get the fuck out of my property. I will shoot you the fuck down out of my property. Get the fuck out now. Now. Get the fuck out of my fucking property. Back the fuck up.
Come on. Your pressure can go up.
I don't give a fuck about it. Rami, let me the fuck go now. Stop touching me.
I will say this as well. Grabbing somebody when they're already heated isn't going to calm them down. So probably not the best idea. I've got to be completely honest. If you want to like maybe like kind of get yourself between the person that's aggro and the others, I don't know. That's one idea, but grabbing them is definitely just going to rile them up more. Do we have bingo ready? Oh, I keep forgetting. How quickly do you think I could throw a bingo board together? Shouldn't be that hard. I don't know if I think we'll probably have time to get to some bingo videos if I'm being complete, or bingo videos. Body cam videos, and then we could play bingo with it. I could throw it together in Photoshop relatively quickly, I think. But here, I wanted to read this because I saw this on Am I Overreacting? And even just the title alone is crazy. Mom burned my clothes, trashed my room after I got upset that she forged my signature to cash in my paycheck. Am I overreacting? And these are messages between mother and child. And here, I guess I'll read their statement first before I get into the messages. So my mom and I had a major disagreement after I found out that she forged my signature to cash in my paycheck. Came home the day after with most of my clothes burned and my room trashed. Packed what's left of my clothes and I left the house. She's been messaging me like what she did is normal, asking if I'm safe when I know for a fact that she doesn't care where I end up. She can't seem to understand that what she did is beyond fucked up. I'm gonna be on the streets after 2 days since I used the little that I have to get a motel. I have no savings since majority of what I earn goes to bills since she couldn't hold a job and became an alcoholic after losing my dad. Is it wise to take a small payday loan to buy a tent? It's freezing from where I'm from, so I think that having a tent is better than being out on the street. I called several shelters, but they're all at capacity. I feel so lost and hopeless. I know I don't deserve this, but I have to fend for myself until my next salary. So I hope this person has gotten this figured out, and I don't think they're overreacting at all. And I think that the reason they're probably feeling as though they might be overreacting is because they said that they lost their father and their mom's an alcoholic, so they're clearly dealing with like with issues, but I don't think they're overreacting at all. This is clearly on their mom, and if their mom's, I don't know, it's a tough one, right? Because like if she's willing to play cool and let you come stay so you don't freeze, that is an option. But I would say try and find like a friend or a separate family member or somebody that you can like store your stuff at Like, just keep your stuff somewhere else while you're like trying to find another place to stay. Because other like really, that's just like a really fucked up situation. Yeah, high tier competitive bingo videos. I bet they exist. But so here are the messages between the mother and the father, or the mother and the child. Mom. So the mom said, "Are you safe? Where are you staying?" And the child responded, "Why are you acting like what you did is not a big deal? What you did is fucked up. You're lucky I didn't call the cops on you. Burning my clothes and forging my signature to cash in my check? I'm pretty sure that's fraud, right? Like, that's just a felony, right? Isn't that just literally, I mean, isn't that like a federal crime? I'm pretty sure that's fraud. Pretty sure it's check fraud. Beats me. Don't pretend or act like what you did is normal. You can't even apologize." And mom responded, "I was drunk and wasn't thinking. I'm sorry. I deeply regret what I did. Can you at least tell me where you are? That's your excuse for everything. Were you also drunk and under the influence when you decided that forging my check is the best idea? Don't act like you care about whether I'm safe or not. I know for a fact that you don't give a shit. I can't remember the last time you did. But if it would make you feel any better, I'm at a motel for 2 more days. And after that, I'll be on the streets. All thanks to you. Please don't be like this. I'll pay you back. Just come home. I'm worried about you." And then she responded, "Pay me back with what money? You're unemployed. I pay for almost everything. Please don't reach out to me ever again until you're sober." You don't mean that. Honestly, that was like the nicest way to put it. I've got to be completely honest. Pay me back with what money? You're unemployed. I pay for almost everything. Please don't reach out to me ever again unless you're sober. You don't mean that. How is that not like a very like simple request? Trust me, if you ever reach out again, I'll get the cops involved. Please get some help, Mom. Honestly, I think that maybe getting her some time to sober up by calling the police on this fraud and then continuing to stay in the house might be the best bet. Like, that seems like kind of fucked up, but she did commit like a major crime against you while also just kind of living off of you. Yeah, please don't be like, this is crazy. Here, I want to see what some of the comments have to say. Because I'm assuming we're all on the same boat here. Yeah, you're not overreacting at all. This is financial abuse and straight up criminal. Plus, destroying your stuff on top of it is insane. Skip the payday loan if you possibly can. Those things are a trap. Call non-emergency police and make a report about the forged check and the damage. And ask if there are any emergency housing resources they can connect you with. They can connect you to. Also, check churches, local mutual aid groups, women's shelters. Even if it is full, sometimes they have overflow or can pay for a few motel nights. You're not crazy and you're not wrong for cutting her off. And I completely agree with that, because this is just, it is absolutely insane. It was only posted like a few hours ago. It is like very fresh. So they said they still have a few days. So hopefully they can kind of get this all squared away. I do think that maybe, yeah, like I don't know, a good 6 months in prison to sober up. It's fucked up for sure, but like, is it more fucked up than like cashing your child's check, probably to spend on bills or maybe more alcohol? That if it was on bills, I guess they probably wouldn't have taken the money, right? If it was for the bills, like, she would have paid them regardless, or they would have paid them regardless. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, please don't be like this. Please. I'm sorry. Can you come home? Bring home some Little Caesars, please? Pick up Domino's on the way home if you could. No, and I think that this last little bit, it really does just seal the deal, because you don't mean that is what's craziest to me. Yeah, please don't be like this, but then you don't mean that to the most, like, kind response you could give. I would be livid. I would be absolutely vile in my speech, probably. And then celebrating by torching their clothes. That part I'm confused about too. Like, I'd like to know what led up to this, because just them being drunk, like, why? Like, she didn't explain it at all. Like, explain it, Mom. Why the fuck did you get drunk and think, I hate my daughter, or I hate my son or daughter? Sorry, whenever it's mom and child, I always just assume it's mom and daughter, and whenever it's dad and child, I just assume it's father and son. Just because that makes the most sense in my brain. But like, either way, I do think that this idea of just hating, like, it does just feel like hate. It feels like hatred. Like, that's the only reason you do that. That's not getting back at somebody. That's literally just trying to hurt them wherever you can. But yeah, I just wanted to share that one, because we look at the am I overreacting? We look at the am I the asshole? Most of these are just cheating. Am I overreacting? Oh, here's a good one. This one I was processing it as I was scrolling. Am I overreacting? My 8-month-old baby has blue eyes, and my relatives, and others, make it a big deal in front of my brown-eyed 6-year-old. I have blue eyes, and my husband has brown. I never thought it was a big deal for my look. I never thought it was a big deal for my looks, as I have met people with blue eyes that are both attractive and unattractive. I was never attracted to a person because of the color of their eyes. Having said that, when my first baby was born, 6.5 years ago, he had blue eyes. For some reason, my family made a big deal out of it. Like how lucky we are with the baby got my eyes. However, by the age of 6 months old, his eyes were gray, and when he turned 1, his eyes had settled to brown. Neither I nor my husband had any preference on the baby's eyes, and we did not even pay attention to it as it was happening. No disappointment on our side. My family expressed their disappointment by saying that it is a pity. Yeah, I'd probably lay into him pretty hard for saying that. Oh, it's a pity they didn't get the blue eyes. All right, Hitler. All right, Goebbels. What the fuck are you talking about? Aww. 8 months ago, I gave birth to my second son. My mother, who lives 5 hours away, was here when I gave birth, and she expressed her joy when she saw that the baby's eyes are blue and similar to mine. So hopefully they will remain blue. She said this in front of my 6-year-old. This made me instantly alert, and I told her that it literally does not matter what color he has or what color his eyes will be, as all colors are beautiful. She still does not get it. She's like, well, like, blue eyes are like big pools of water. Brown eyes are like big pools of shit. What are you talking about? Brown eyes are disgusting. Yeah, most babies are born with light eyes. Yeah, it does depend, but I think babies do usually settle into a darker eye. It's almost like not lighter. It's almost like hazy. Like it just hasn't fully developed yet. The color is just still pigmenting. I'm a twin with brown hair and eyes, and a brother with blonde hair and blue eyes, and my grandmother was so sad about me. Damn. That is, I mean, yeah, shit-eyed baby ain't good enough for grandma. Never is. Never is good enough, right? Yeah, it's just lacking pigmentation. I've got those ocean eyes, boy. I like green eyes. My father actually has green eyes. Big pools of Mountain Dew. Nice green eyes, like looking into looking into some uranium. I love it. Okay, but let me continue. When I visited her some months ago with my older son, she asked in front of him whether his eyes are turning gray or brown. My other relatives, excuse me, for some reason got curious about his eyes, still in front of my 6-year-old with the brown eyes, telling me how both my brother's kids have blue eyes and only my 6-year-old in my family has brown. Well, yeah, her husband has brown eyes. This feels like such a dumb thing to keep bringing up. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Looks like we're not really going to be able to have Hitler's youth. What can I say? We can't have the Nazi youth now. Sorry. It is just like, that's like the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, why do you care that much? All eyes are beautiful. When eyes hit the light, ooh, so nice. Yes, big pools of Baja Blast. My favorite. Many times we video call with my mother. She asks about the baby's eyes, often with my 6-year-old present. Honestly, have your husband just start dogging on your mom's eyes. Just have her start being like, you have like these little specks in your eyes. What is that? Just start like saying weird stuff about it. Just being like, I never noticed. Have you ever noticed that your pupils are slightly off center in your irises? Yeah, because they're blue, that's easier to notice. That's interesting. Yeah, it's not like you're cross-eyed or cockeyed or anything. They're just out of place in the iris. Wow. He has not expressed his disappointment. Okay, wait, sorry, I skipped a line. Many times she asked about my baby's eyes, often with my 6-year-old present. He has not expressed his disappointment exactly, but he has asked questions like, why does the baby have blue eyes and I don't, and whether brown eyes are not beautiful. Aww. Little 6-year-old asking if his eyes are beautiful. Aww. It's okay, buddy. You got beautiful eyes. What are you talking about? Don't listen to your fucking evil grandmother. So last week, I was video calling my mother. She asked for the baby's eyes again, in front of my 6-year-old, and I kind of snapped, asking her to stop talking about the eye color and forget about it once and for all, because all type of eyes are nice, and it is not important to mention ever again. She got insulted and angry. So she barely talks to me now. Am I overreacting? Edit for info. No person of color is involved in the situation. No. Don't. She doesn't hate my kids because they're black. They're white kids. Don't worry. That's so funny. That's an interesting point to add in at the end. No, yeah, I don't think they're overreacting at all. Could they have maybe like talked about it a little bit more calmly in private or something? Yes, maybe, but it seems like they were kind of clear about it multiple times that they were kind of off put by this conversation in general. Eyes yellow like piss and Mountain Dew. Now those are beautiful. You're about to get here. I actually have purple eyes. They're just really, 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 really dark purple. You just can't really tell. When they hit the right light, Usually a purple one, you can tell. I got them purples. Don't some people have like a nat? Isn't that like a thing? It's not purple, isn't it something? Yeah, violet eyes are extremely rare, occurring in less than 1% of the population. I have dark violet eyes, actually. The rarest of all eyes. Her mother could never step to me. Just some caca eyes? Nah, see, Post Malone said it best. Your eyes are like big, beautiful hamburgers. Yet he was right. Like, he was so right. Is that a soundbite I can look up? h3lore.com. Soundbites. Nah, Post Malone isn't on there. It was used a couple times. I know that for sure. Thank you, Haley's comment, for being a member for 3 months. Hazel eyes or get the fuck out. What can I say? I got them violets, them dark violets. Ain't nobody stepping to me. Okay. Now we're getting into the actual stream topic. Hasan's ban. So I'm going to watch the internet versus Hasan's ban to see what everybody was saying about the topic. But it doesn't even really matter. This video came out 2 days ago. It's over. His stream was over. His 7-day ban has been cut short so he can dual stream. And he's calling himself Superman again. So Twitch partner Hasanabi has been unbanned after 3 days, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds. And I checked the website to be sure, and look at his recent bans. Banned for 3 days after being banned. Banned for the weekend. He was banned for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He was banned for the weekend. You gotta take the weekend off. And then for breaking the terms of service. And then before that, got a day ban, a day ban. Those were in the same year. Got 2 bans within a year. Got a win a few years before. Didn't have any bans for a few years before that until 2022 had a ban. And then had 2 7-day bans back in 2019 and 2021. You're fucking kidding me. Okay, I guess this one is right after. So, this 7-day ban, I think this would have been... So this one for sure is after Dan Clancy started. This ban was. But Dan Clancy started in 2019. Banned for after a few... Unbanned after a few seconds is crazy, too. What does that mean? You got double banned? I'm confused by this one. Oh, it was banned after a few seconds on the same day. Banned and then unbanned after a few seconds. Weird. Very odd. But Hasan went on to post this. I'm unbanned on Twitch. Live from both YouTube and Twitch tomorrow. And then he decided to add some Reddit comments to show how sick he is. To show how fucking sick he is on Reddit. On a completely unrelated side note, anyone have Clark Kent's at? Damn. For science, of course. The dude in image number 5? That's Hasan Piker. He's on Twitch and YouTube. Look at him in his cool press. Look at him. He's got the press vest on. He's legit. That's Superman.
Why do people keep saying Superman Hasan Superhero W?
It's just actually insane.
Stoic. Go watch Turkish iDubbbz stream.
Truly the Turkish iDubbbz. And just to be clear, he is back. He isn't streaming right now, but I'm sure that'll probably change in a few hours. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he actually planned a vacation for the 7-day stream and he won't be back for a few days. I guess that's not true, though. He said he's coming back, but one can hope, you know. One can dream. And when I was trying to get a clip, a screenshot for my fucking thumbnail this morning. And I was looking through his recent VODs on this, just on YouTube. I was just looking to see what I could find because all of his stuff is deleted off Twitch right now. I don't know if it gets re-uploaded or what. Does he keep his VODs up on Twitch? Maybe not. I don't know. But this is this is crazy. I'm just gonna let it play. I was just scrolling through randomly, clicking at random points, and this just played. It was, I swear, I have this gift. I have a gift for finding the craziest point by just clicking randomly in a video.
Demanding that I go hate on those groups. I don't hate Jews either. I mean, I hate Israel.
What? Like, why they cut it there too? I wonder if was it just a long pause? Like, why add that caveat? If you don't think that there should be a conflation between Israel and Jewish people, why the fuck did you say that? I just don't get it.
And wants to.
That's so crazy because I don't hate any of those groups. It's just strange that you're demanding that I go hate on those groups. I don't hate Jews either. I mean, I hate Israel. New meta to defend Nazi Israelis.
Exterminate. Go cover some of them, bro. There's so many other people that I know you hate. Or
And wait, I don't think that was Destiny's point, actually. I think I did see this clip. Wait one sec. Let me go back and actually see what he's...
Or go do some anti-Greek content. Like, there's so many...
Wow, what an argument. I sent the wrong link. Fuck. Was this the clip?
Other ethnic minorities that your entire family, and everybody in your country fucking hates and wants...
Oh, this is someone... Okay, this is someone picking a different part of this clip, I think. Because in a different part of this, and to give a greater context... I'm pretty sure what Destiny is saying here, and again, Destiny's Destiny's the best at making a good argument sound like dog water. You know what I mean? The sloppiest man alive. Or maybe I guess second to iDubbbz. But the point he was making that I saw a clip of was him basically pointing out that Hasan makes everything about Israel when there are so many other like conflicts and issues that are going on in the world that like maybe you don't think they're to the same scale, but does that make them not matter? It's kind of like the point.
That's so crazy because I don't hate any of those groups. It's just strange that you're demanding that I go hate on those groups. I don't hate Jews either. I mean, I hate Israel. New meta.
It gets me. If you don't think there is a conflation between the two, why make the conflation in your statements? Just clear as day, being like, oh, what, I hate Israel. I'm being clear there. I'm being very clear in my statement. I don't hate Jews, but I do hate Israel. I just hate Israel, but I don't hate Jews. It's like, what do you... And also, this... I've thought about this more thoroughly, too. Saying you hate a whole country, like full stop, is kind of ridiculous and pointless. It's like, it's a non-starter. I hate this country. Why? Like, give us an actual perspective. Hate the government. Do you hate the people? Do you hate the government? Do you hate the social, like, the social norms within the country? Like, actually clarify the things that you hate. Don't just full stop say, I hate this country. Because he does it with America. He does it with Israel. But then also... like glazes these other countries that do have major issues without like having any type of nuance. Like, I just don't get it. How do you hate a country? I mean, literally just how? Like, not even like just an ironic, like, how do you hate a country? Actually, like, explain the reasoning as to why. Because you can hate a country because countries are all just claims of land. So it's not to say you hate the land, you hate the claim of that land, but why? Because obviously you are for the establishment of some type of society, so the clarity matters. He hates everything. Fair enough, I didn't think about that part. When you put it like that, that's much clearer, right? To hate everything is to be happy. Okay. Logical. Let me just see if he continues. Is there any actual substance here after that? Let me not clip chimp him.
Defend Nazi Israelis.
Exterminate. Go cover some of them, bro. There's so many other people that I know you hate, or women.
Wait, sorry. Let me finish this full statement.
That I go hate on those groups. I don't hate Jews either. I mean, I hate Israel. Doom edit to defend Nazi Israelis.
Exterminate. Go cover some of them, bro. There's
that was a cut there. Doom edit to what? When he reads chat, I'm like, what are you even saying? You didn't need to read that out loud.
Many other people that I know you hate, or
he just wanted to say Nazi Israelis. That's the only reason he read that out loud.
That I know you hate. Wow, guy who's in an active court case, one of his victims for distributing revenge porn, and has spent the last year
what the fuck does this have to do with anything that he just said? Yeah, Destiny's a piece of shit. That doesn't make you not one. What?
Duration of the court case, literally victim blaming and also mass harassing every single person that has outed him, is over here talking about how I hate women. Good job. That's awesome. You are enemies with Stavi.
Well, you need to remember, Hasan, you can't be. He's basically going, this is the pot calling the kettle black. And it's like, that isn't saying that the statements are untrue. You're just saying that it's ironic. Like, that's basically all you're saying. Yeah, if he hates Israel, then I would prefer he stays silent on the issue. How can you be productive with that mentality? Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yeah, I hate Turkey because the roads are small. Yeah, because you can't be productive if you hate the country, because that means that you don't want a better future for that country. You want, like, just a full, like, and I don't know, like, that's the thing, right? Like, you don't hate Saudi Arabia, you hate the fucking the killing of journalists and the and slavery and a lot of other things too. The fact that in such a rich country there is still wealth disparity as well, which is interesting too. I hate turkey because it's dry. That's why we eat it one time a year. I've started spelling turkey with the I. That way you know that I'm not talking about the food. Okay, sorry. Let's get this started. So this is Internet versus Hasan's ban. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yesterday, Hasan Piker got banned on Twitch after a clip went viral of him referring to Zionists in the context of the recent ICE happenings, and in the clip, he calls them pigs. Many online responded to this ban, with some saying that this is just going to be another slap on the wrist for Hasan and just a short vacation, with others directly confronting him, like Nick Fuentes on Twitter, who replied to Hasan saying that this is Zionist.
Oh yeah, this is the thing I saw Nick say. This was crazy. It's Jewish censorship, not Israel, not just Israel. But you'll never go there. Israel censorship regime. DHS has lists of American domestic terrorists. This is Israel. It's all Israel. Well, the whole thing is too, I don't deny that Israel hasn't done, like, you know, special op, you know, spec ops stuff. They've gone out and fight. You know, that's how they found. How they found Nazis and stuff, and then tried them in Israel. Like, you know, they do have some crazy stuff that they do. I don't deny that part, but I do agree with the point that again, Destiny's a piece of shit. Full stop. But I do agree with that point that you only complaining about Israel and pointing to Israel as like the boogeyman is like, if not like lacking of journalistic integrity, I don't know, it does just show a bias at the very least. I mean, I guess that just goes to the journalistic integrity part, but I don't know. It's just everything about it just seems. Because again, it's like Hasan makes it like it's personal. Like I think that any geopolitical issue should be treated like almost clinically. Like you should be looking at it as an outsider. You shouldn't be, like you should be empathetic. That don't get me wrong. There, you should be empathetic, but you should be looking at it like through a clear lens and not looking at anything, as if you were alongside either of the parties. Because again, like we can say that Israel's oppression of Palestine, of Gaza and the West Bank has led to has led to Hamas and other terrorist attacks. You again, like I've even said it before, that you could talk about the inevitability of October 6th in the setting of the way that Israel like has control. Like it was as disgusting as it is, it was bound to happen, and that is the thing. And that is why it's like it's important to have these discussions. But just talking about it as though any of it exists in like a vacuum is kind of diminishing. Everything is multifaceted. You got to look at it from every angle. I can't believe I ever listened to a word this goon ever said on Leftovers. To be fair, I found it hard to listen to then. Hasan in Qatar back on Twitch. We're doing a trip to Qatar. We're about to go to Saudi Arabia, everybody. Look at how sick it is.
Censorship, with Nick saying he's wrong and it's actually Jewish censorship. Ethan of the H3 podcast weighed in, replying to both Hasan and Nick. XQC jumped in the mix, and Los Pollos celebrated Hasan's ban. There's a lot to get into, so let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus Hasan's Zionist ban. It starts with the clip that got Hasan banned when embarrassed base post on the Life Fail subreddit the clip with the caption, Hasan goes on a rant about people who think he's obsessed with Israel, calling them rabid ultra-Zionist pigs.
Track protesters, both anti-ICE and pro-Palestinian. This is another big suck my dick to all the fucking Israel dick riders out there, you fucking rabid ultra-Zionist pigs. You fucking run around going, oh my God, Israel first, Israel first. Why are you tying this back to Palestine? Because this is precisely the fucking same shit. Okay? You Israel first monsters, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
See, it's funny because he says Israel first, talking about people like America first. Oh no, we're Israel first. Everybody's just fighting for Israel. And it's like, bro, you are Israel first, just in the opposite direction. Anytime anything happens, you're like, it was Israel. It was clearly Israel. And you even do it jokingly, which then discredits a lot of the like true statements that you're trying to make, like the claims that you do feel like are valid, by making these like unhinged jokes about Zionism, like, and about Israel being like Israel, because like when he said Israel, maybe he did mean it. I don't know. When he said it was like an Israeli campaign against him about the dog collar stuff, the shot collar. Like, maybe he did mean that, but I always just assumed he was saying that in jest. And that I also think is kind of bad. You know what I mean? I love Hasan's military dude cosplay. Is this fucking Attack on Titan? What is this?
How can you fucking say that when the first immigration action that the Trump administration took was literally try to deport anti-Israel protesters? trying to deport people for writing articles in their student newspaper against Israel, hurting Israel's feelings. And then they still act like this is not the identical situation. Fuck. Cue Ethan's one meme. Ethan can suck my dick, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, Internet Versus, you could have cut this part out. He's just drinking soda.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy that one of the biggest pro-Israel IDF donors went and fucking purchased TikTok specifically because he wanted to make it.
I mean, it is a... I've been meaning to talk about this too. People misuse the terms conspiracy and conspiracy theory. Something can be a conspiracy and be legitimate. Like, the moon landing, like, the theory is that we didn't go to the moon. The conspiracy would be that the United States is trying to make you think that we did. Like, conspiracies are real, but then it's like the theories about the conspiracies. So it is a conspiracy theory. At the end of the day, if you don't have evidence for it, that's just what it is.
Pro-Israel, and that every single person that played a role, every single politician that played a role in the sale of TikTok openly said they were selling TikTok because they were scared that people were becoming too anti-fucking Israel. Every single person that refuses to acknowledge that tries to disparage, that tries to fucking disparage people for calling this out, that tries to deflect attention away.
Yes, we can watch that Clint Reptiles video after this. I think we will have time, so that sounds like a good option.
Away from this issue is a fucking monstrous liar that is only invested in Israel and nothing else.
And Paradox Preacher replies with a screenshot of Twitch cheer.
Yeah, so after this we'll watch, we'll check this out. React to. Can we talk about conspiracies? I have been meaning to check this out, so.
OS that says we prohibit the use of terms that may not be harmful or abusive in isolation, but can be used as a slur or to denigrate others in certain contexts. Similar to other terms that may be used as a proxy for a protected group, we treat Zionists as a proxy for Jews or Israelis if the word is used in a context to promote harm or violence, or when used to make dehumanizing comparisons.
Yeah, and I talked about this when he got banned. They outline it very clearly that you can criticize Zionism as an ideology, as a, like, you know, just as a concept. You can criticize Zionism. You can criticize Zionists, probably in a general sense, but directing it as like a pejorative and then adding on other, like, you know, enhancers onto it. Like, it is pretty clear, and then giving the prohibited example exactly as Zionist, and then the modifier out of name of animal. Bro's adding modifiers to his pejoratives. That's crazy.
Or perpetuate anti-Semitic stereotypes. Comments regarding Zionism that are about the political movement, including criticisms, do not violate our hateful conduct policy. Comments that call for violence against Zionism as a political movement, or comments that would otherwise violate our policies, are not allowed. Allowed example: Zionist settlers keep encroaching Palestinian borders. Prohibited example: Zionist name of animal. End of X replies, watch Twitch change the example before Hasan faces punishment. And Fourth Life says, why would they bother changing it? They just ignore his violation. And Avex says, Twitch sometimes likes to pretend they are a serious company. This could be one of those cases. Blargface27 says, you can just hear the hatred in his heart. And Bad Timing Bro replies, he wants to say Jew instead of Zionist so bad, but knows he has to keep up the charade for the sake of his career. And More Air replies, the substitution of Zionist for Jew for people like this must have felt the same as when misogynists discovered they could say white women instead of women, and basically get away with saying whatever they want. And Yum says, I don't know, man. Have you heard the way Hasan talks about women? He doesn't use that qualifier and still gets away with being a misogynist. Magical Lawn Gnome replies with this image of Hasan edited as Timmy Turner's dad, saying Israel. And YZSKPC replies Kaya, showing Wanda getting zapped. King Crooked says, guys, I'm not obsessed with Israel, showing Wanda getting zapped. King Crooked says, guys, I'm not obsessed with Israel. Anyway, let me talk about Israel, and I definitely didn't tell you not to vote for Kamala Harris because of Israel. And Rad the Reptile says, but also Kamala would have been just as bad and all that. And Malik ZZ says, the reason he justified in not voting for Kamala was whether or not she would be better for Palestine. Which candidate would be better for America or Americans wasn't even part of his equation.
And I guess that brings the question, right? Like, again, you should care about things abroad. You should care about geopolitical issues. Are you Palestine first? Is that all you care about in terms of the United States? In your voting of the United States president? Because again, you can, and also, it's this all or nothing mentality that has quite literally ruined everything. Because just because she might not be perfect doesn't mean she wouldn't have pushed it in the right direction that would have then allowed greater policy making from others that you do agree with. Like trying to act as though the president can and should act unilaterally is the issue. It's this all or nothing mentality. I vote for a president because they're going to do what I want or not. Neither of them want to do what I want, so pointless. It's all pointless.
Then Streamer Bands tweets out that Twitch partner Hasan Abi has been banned. And Aging Death replies, isn't this the dude that abused his dog? Dopera replies with this picture of a soldiers reading that Hitler is dead. Kevin Castley replies to Streamer Bands by saying, for what? Criticizing a genocidal regime? Beyond parody.
Who did he criticize? Who did he criticize in that? Did he criticize either, there's two options. Israel's government, the genocidal regime, random fucking chatters online that he's calling Zionist dogs and shit. Those are the two options. And I'm pretty sure it's this one. So just shut up. It's so dumb. It's for what? Like it's literally the same people that like again, it's bad on the left and the right. Like this happens on both sides, and it's just seeing it happen like this is just so ridiculous. Yeah, it's obtuse as fuck. It's literally just insane.
Danny on PC says, he broke the most important rule. Thou shalt not be mean to the Zionists. Action Man replies to Hasan getting banned by saying, thank God. Hasan himself then quote tweets Streamer Bands by saying, fuck Israel and fuck ICE. And Plain Rocket TV replies to this screenshot of a Twitch channel ban where it says ICE. Sven says, Asmongold is going to have way more viewers than you again tomorrow. Don't worry, he'll proudly carry the torch. Perma Bulla quote tweets Hasan by saying, fuck Israel and fuck you. Over on our livestream fail, she to IC posts that Hasan has been banned, and Sept from UC replies, probably unbanned in 24 hours.
It was 3 days. It was... no, it was 72. It was so much better.
And 5677 says, unbanned in 24 hours. And Way Harry says, with a warning email and zero explanation. And Dear Thug Life replies, he got a Friday off of work. Wow. Then over on
they gave him the 3-day weekend. Beautiful.
Twitter, Popstonox.
They literally went, okay, Hasan, take the weekend off. This isn't, we need you to take the weekend off, man. We can tell you're getting worked up. You're being overworked lately. We really want you to take a little vacation. Don't worry. You know, you don't have to worry about anything.
Post about the ban.
Even if it would have been like, here's the thing. He's just done so much at this point that like having to ban him for this really does just feel like getting like the crumbs, getting like cookie crumbs. Even a 7-day ban would have been pointless. Would have been a nothing. Yeah, it's a joke regardless.
saying Twitch has banned streamer Hasan Piker for his comments on ICE tracking Alex Preddy, then attaching Hasan's quote from the clip, and they follow up saying, Hasan Piker has been banned for 7 days for using the phrase, quote, rabid ultra-Zionist pigs, end quote, directed at people defending the use of watch lists to track anti-Israel protesters in the US. The same lists are now being used to track anti-ICE protesters like Alex Preddy, as revealed in Ken Klippenstein's reporting yesterday. And Lib Hypocrisy replies, Hasan Piker is a walking hate factory who vomits toxicity 24.
Sorry, I got completely thrown off by chat. I'm low-key still upset that that clip of FD glazing Hasan, at that clip of FD signifier glazing Hasan. Like, he admitted in earlier videos that he's not educated on geopolitics, and it's clear to me that he's looking to Hasan for that gap. I do think that that's probably what it is, and it's just so odd because you could just become educated, just start looking stuff up, look into things, read legal documents, read government policy, and then Google, how do I actually intake this? How do I actually understand what I'm trying to read? What are all these numbers? What are these numbers for? But the thing that actually cracked me up was Cruz saying, FD has always been a chopped ass unk who speaks like he knows shit. I can't stand that unk ass. FD signifier, he's just another like YouTube commentator. Or is he on Twitch? I've known him from like debates and stuff. I've seen him on like certain panels. How Zoran Mamdani can save the left.
I got my cloth, y'all, but I can't find my glasses. I think they're in the car, and the car's in the shop, so we're just gonna feel a little different this time.
You're not wearing glasses in a lot of these videos. What are you talking about? I'm like seeing like quite a few to start, and he's not wearing glasses. I don't think he's terrible. I honestly haven't seen much of his stuff. I watched like 1 or 2 debates, and he seems like one of those guys who wants to do the right thing, and that can sometimes become a problem. You know what I mean? If you don't have the correct direction, you could definitely be directed towards bad things, even as a person who wants to do good. But again, I haven't intaken enough of his content to actually give a thorough explanation of it, so go check him out if you're interested. Hey, just a little shout out, I guess.
24/7 while simping for commie dictators. Deport his useless ass to the nearest gulag so he can live the dream he jerks off to. Ban him permanently.
Wait, okay. You said fan tank. I thought you said fish tank. Oh, Fantano glazing. Okay. He was glazing Fantano? Why? I guess it makes sense. He's trying to run in that circle. He wants to be in that circle, which makes sense. I thought you were going to say he was glazing Fish Tank, the Sam Hyde show, and I was about to go, what? That doesn't make any sense, but that makes more sense. His video essays are great. I mean, maybe I have to check him out. Like I said, I've only seen him like in off the cuff, like panel style talks. And then I do think that it does show like good intent, but maybe a lack of knowledge in certain areas, which would make sense that he would be better at like a video essay style content. Not that I'm good at this. Don't get me wrong. I'm good on the fly. Even if my zipper's down. Because on the fly, out of the fly. No, keep it in. In the hole, on the hole. It all makes sense now. No, my autocorrect is wild as always.
Austin from PA says, insulting Nazis is bad now? And Ben-Hur replies, it is when the Nazis control all platforms, including this one. Hasan then quote tweets Pop Sinox by saying, Israel's censorship regime, DHS has lists of American domestic...
Having your name be Ben-Hur, I wonder if that's his actual name. Or if he's actually naming himself after the old movie. It's just like, I don't... Some people, I mean, I guess my channel's named after an old video game character, so I guess I don't have much room to... The movie's like from like the 50s, though. Ben-Hur, it's me, Ben-Hur.
Terrorists that they surveil on the basis of their anti-Israel and anti-ICE activism. If you cover it, you'll get banned over frivolous rules that ADL will establish ahead of time. Surely this will make people love Israel. And Super Bob replies, hiding behind anti-Israel commentary to say that anti-ICE commentary is somehow discouraged or censored against is completely ridiculous. You treat your fans like they're so stupid, and it's because they are. Nick Fuentes replies to Hasan by saying, it's Jewish censorship, not just Israel, but you'll never go there. And Hasan replies, I won't go there because I'm not a fucking moron and it's not about Judaism no matter how hard you, Jonathan Greenblatt, and Mark Levin all claim it's tied. Get your booger-eating bi-curious Mexican Nazi ass out of here.
What the fuck are you? Why do you keep saying this? He said this before. He said I'd rather be a class traitor than a gay Mexican Nazi. Why the fuck do you keep saying this, Hasan? This is so fucking weird. Like, and that's my whole thing, right? Because like you're saying, Cruz, FD and Fantano are the bouncers at the door of the hip-hop genre, and they kick you out if you're not just woke enough to understand. And I think that Hasan is like that too, and it's just so funny how they fucking go off the rails like this, and will say like the craziest shit, but then try and purity test others. Like, it's so fucking odd. It just doesn't make any sense. And Fantano has shitty music taste, so it's kind of... He gets like one in every like 5 albums right. Bi-curious? Is he bi-curious maybe?
And go sell some more Epstein hoodies, little man. And Nick replies, yeah bro, the Jewish state of Israel, the ADL, Project of B'nai B'rith, and their Jewish billionaire benefactors have nothing to do with Jewishness. You can say that supporting ICE is Zionist, but mass migration is the most Jewish policy of all.
No, fucking hell. Again, and this is where Nick gets all this shit so stupid. Like, he just acts so ridiculous. It is not an inherent, like, factor of Jewishness. You can talk about the ways that people co-opt Jewish beliefs to enact, like, bad policy, bad like business practice, whatever. You could talk about that in the same way that you could talk about how people co-opt Christianity to become mega millionaires and fucking buy private jets and all that shit. Like, it's true for any religion. Any religion can be used improperly. And this idea that it's like an inherent like part of Jewishness is just crazy. Sorry, I accidentally skipped it back a second. The fuck was I? Was I up here? I was up here.
Neo-Nazi. And Nick coaches Hasan by saying, you are a barely literate Turk roach that abuses animals. And this is you replies, being a Turk is so much more preferable compared to being a Mexican. YZCell replies with this picture of Hasan in a dress and the caption,
yeah, I get that he uses bi-curious Mexican as an insult towards Fuentes because he knows it could bother him specifically, but the weaponization of these insults is crass. Well, that's the whole thing, is that's what people like to think, but you have to come up with actual insults that will harm people. The thing that upsets Nick is talking about his dad. Start talking about his mom and dad, and then he'll get all pissy and be like, don't talk about my parents, like he did with Piers Morgan. Everybody that was like, he mogged Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was fumbling through that conversation when Nick started going, don't talk about my dad, he's a private person. And he started freaking out. And it's like, it's so crazy. Because, yeah, you don't need to, yeah, the guy calling you gay online. It's like, this stuff doesn't work. It's not going to work because they're not going to care. You think that they would, but it's like they say it because they know you will care. They don't say it because they think that it's a good insult. My Mexican family on my dad's side is so homophobic. It's triggering seeing him talk down to people like that. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is there are a lot of there's a lot of conservative culture in Mexican culture, and that's why it's like calling him like a Mexican Nazi, it's not even that ironic at this point. There are a lot of fucking Mexican Nazis. Go walking down LA, you see some dude hailing Hitler with a fucking while wearing a fucking a long ass flannel and some cargo shorts. Like, I don't get it. Because there are a lot of racist, like, it's so weird. I don't get it. Are they super Catholic? Yep, probably. It happens. We're just religious. What's the problem? Well, and that's what Nick says too, is he's like, I'm a Christian nationalist. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No country should be run as a theocracy. Like, it's not, it just doesn't make any sense.
And the guy calling you gay online. Marchese replies with this picture and the caption, classic, and it's a choice between two buttons that say, there's nothing wrong with being gay, and use gay.
Like, that's, you can't be a Christian nationalist and then hate on Israel saying that it's run by Jewish people. Because it doesn't actually have, like, there, I guess you could talk about like the right of return or whatever as a Jewish policy maybe, but even that's like, there's different, it is interesting, right? You could like there are actual Muslim countries. You are like advocating for a Christian nation, but then you are advocating against a Jewish nation because you think that it will be bad, because it'll be like, I don't understand.
As an insult. The ghost of Grandpa Fella says, I hate both of you people about equally. Back to Popsinox's post, Gato Fumador quote tweets it by saying, over just the past 2 months, Asmongold has openly advocated for Somali Americans to be pogromed, stripped of their assets and citizenship, and deported.
It'd be one thing if he was a staunch defender of LGBTQIA+, but he is literally transphobic and says homophobic shit. Are you talking about Nick Fuentes or are you talking about Hasan? Because I think Nick Fuentes is both homophobic and transphobic. Hasan, I don't know too much. I guess I don't know that aspect, if that's what you're talking about. It's crazy how Nazi Latinos are. Like, we wouldn't be here if the Mustache Man had arrived in Latin America. Like, why would you like him? He probably hated us so much. Well, I'm sure he did. But I mean, it's all the people that are like, he went to Argentina. That means he's cool with Hispanics. He's cool with Hispanic people and Latin people. It's all cool. Hasan is a transphobe? I guess I've just never heard it. Heard the takes. He's notoriously anti-trans. Okay, I guess I've never heard. I didn't know that. Because I've seen him talk to chatters pretty aggressively. And I will say that too. I guess that's the thing. For some reason, Hasan likes to point out like people's traits to identify them. Like, he wants to like use identity markers as like a means of attack. He points out when viewers are trans, when they're black, when they're like anything. He likes to point it out to then make his argument.
fantasized about taking over the government in order to have his trans critics murdered by the state, called Muslim members of Congress parasites, and at no point did Twitch take disciplinary action. But if you call someone a Zionist, Need also tweeted out that Ethan Klein weighed in on the situation with the caption, Ethan Klein reacts to Hasan's Twitch ban and battle on Twitter with Nick Fuentes. In his 2 posts, the first here on the left is Ethan replying to the ban, where he says, how hard is it not to call someone a Zionist pig? The rule was made because of him, and he still can't control himself. This isn't some meta commentary about pro-Palestine voices being suppressed. It's really about one hateful dumbass who has been handled with white gloves and given every opportunity to not get banned. Regardless, commence the whining and conspiracy theorizing. And on the right here is Ethan screenshotting Nick Fuentes' original reply to Hasan, and Ethan captions it by saying, he knows, Nick, and he's grateful you said it so he doesn't have to. It's really a beautiful symbiotic relationship you two have. Inspiring. And D. Jordan also posts these stories on the HRH production subreddits with the caption, Ethan's reaction to Hasan's Twitch ban, and then saying, spot on. The American and his...
Wait, what? Crazy title for the H3 podcast today. My friend is in the Epstein files? What? What the fuck kind of title is this? It's not as bad as it sounds, but it's too funny of a clickbait to not use. Banger title, eh? What the fuck? That's crazy. That's actually a little crazy, guys. I gotta be honest. Fuck, that's insane.
Israeli government are absolutely deserving of criticism. However, using language you know is
Cav, that'd be crazy. Can they talk about Kavanaugh though? I don't think so. Is that part of the one of the clauses in their agreement that he can just never speak about him again? He is Voldemort.
inflammatory does nothing to prove your point, just makes you look more extreme than reasonable. And Chrono replies, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the horseshoe theory in full effect. Nick Fuentes on the far right, and Hasan Piker on the far left, finding common ground in their hate for Israel and its citizens, but especially Jewish people. And Soft Drink replies, they should invade Poland together. Rarglar says, I know Hasan is too stupid to realize this, but his blatantly hateful rhetoric continues to
It might be Justin Roiland. Justin Roiland is in this document. Wait one sec. It might be Justin Roiland. Yeah, it's just because of Twitter posts. These are Twitter posts. Could I... Oh, something went technically wrong. Wait. Give me a sec. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, it just says NBD just hanging out with Justin Roiland and Penn Ward. No, not Pendleton Ward too. No! I don't know what this actually entails. I don't know what these are from. Literally none of these fucking links work. I can't tell what any of this is of. These are from an account. Not Pendleton Ward. These were just of a tweet. I don't actually know what it is. It looks like a tweets from popular in your network. Oh, these were to Jeffrey Epstein. Wait. From popular in your network. What does this mean? Subject, Sarah Hyder tweeted, I've ended up with a Samsung Galaxy Note 5, long story, but it's kind of dope. So it's supposed to be someone named Sarah Hyder. Ended up with a Samsung. What's some football player? Is that the same account that posted this? No. I'm confused by what this part is down here. Followed by... Okay, so this is an account followed by this other person. I mean, the worst part is this. He created Adventure Time, The Midnight Gospel, but he looks like this too. Pendleton, no. No, Pendleton. Why, Pendleton? Why did they have to tweet about you and then get sent in an email? Why did a tweet about you have to get sent in an email to Jeffrey Epstein? Why? Again, I don't know what that means at all. I don't know what the actual context of that is, but that might be... I'm wondering what this document is. Here, one sec. As long as Gendy Tartakovsky stays holed up in his cave somewhere, I'll be okay. I think that JG Quintel might be okay. I hope that JG Quintel isn't in the Epstein files. Also known as a Mordecai from Regular Show, the creator of Regular Show. You gotta look it up. Quintel. No, okay. JG Quintel isn't in here. Whew. We love Pendleton Ward in this house. They loved Pendleton Ward in Epstein's house too. He's not in there. Only Penn Ward. Only Penn Ward can be found, not Pendleton. It's a way to distinguish, but he's also friends with Justin Roiland, so ew. These were from 2015 though as well, but ew. Oh, that's the creator of Samurai Jack. Oh, and Dexter's Lab, Hotel Transylvania. Okay. I guess I've never heard of this guy. Gendy Tartakovsky. I don't know though. Going off people's looks is so fucked up. Being like, just look at him. I don't know.
To poison the entire...
Sorry, let's finish up this video. We're getting there.
I know Hasan is...
If we don't get to this conspiracy video today, tomorrow we don't have a music stream. We have just a regular looking around at different stuff stream. So we'll probably look at this conspiracy video about Tucker Carlson as well. If we don't get to it today.
Too stupid to realize this, but his blatantly hateful rhetoric continues to poison the entire pro-Palestine movement. And Chrono says Hasan does not care. All he cares about is Hamas winning and Israel losing. Hamas, not Palestine. And Useful Committee says all Hasan cares about is Hasan, in my opinion. Then Hasan makes a follow-up tweet about this situation where he says, you can say Nazi pig on Twitch. You can say Democrat pig. You can say Republican pig. You can say Islamist pig. You cannot say Zionist pig. The ADL, which is an arm of Israel's suppression in the West that works with law enforcement and does espionage, has made it a bannable offense.
Is this why he got unbanned? Because they were like, you know, he's actually making a good argument for himself. Let's unban him. Like, oh, you know what? This, like, the point... Oh my fucking God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. You can say Nazi pig because Nazis aren't a thing anymore. I don't think you can call people Democratic pig, or maybe you can call people Democrat and Republican pig, maybe. I don't think you could call somebody an Islamist pig. I don't think you would get away with that. Because again, it's about the proxy. It's about using a term as a proxy for something else. Which again, we saw in that other video of you going, I don't hate Jews, but I do hate Israel. Like you clearly have some kind of conflation in your mind with the two. I don't hate Jews. I just hate the Jews that run Israel. The bad ones.
And Sneeko replies, extremely rare Hasan W. Buki replies,
getting banned.
Replies to Hasan by saying, just to say
I know he means that tweet, but I just like the idea of it just like getting banned was such a dub, bro.
You pussy donor meat writer.
My God. You fucking people are crazy. You crazy, here I'll say, you crazy Twitter pigs, you X pigs. I could say that, right? That's fine.
Semitic filth. Thrive Off Positivity replies to Hasan by saying, bro, I hate to agree with him, but...
Yeah, pigs are beautiful, intelligent creatures. They don't deserve to be used as an insult. Well, I think the term pig works in some regard because the reason that they use it is because they roll around in mud. They like to get dirty, and then they eat whatever you give them. They will eat a human body if you give them to a pig. So pigs are also like uncaring. So I think that's part of it. I've seen so many piglets, so cute. I love me a potbelly pig. Love a little potbelly one. Aww. Aww. Look at him. Aww. You hate these guys? Come on, Hasan. You hate these guys? Look at him. Aww. Aw, look at him. Look at all the folds. How cute. Look at how thin their hair is, and they're basically just like hairy people.
Black Cat quotes Hasan by saying, this post is misinformation. Religion is a protected characteristic under the exact same hateful conduct rule set that Hasan got banned for. In fact, it specifically says you cannot make negative associations between an animal and a protected group. So Islamist pig is bannable. And account replies, Zionist is not a protected group nor a religion. So point still stands. Over on our Hasan Piker, Sevrosis posts Pop Sinox's tweet about Hasan getting banned with the caption, a 7-day ban is crazy, and Slow Significance replies, wasn't Crackergate a 7-day ban? And Mike says, God, Hasan has had some of the dumbest bans ever. Apraxis Panda says, IMO, this is even stupider than Crackergate.
Yeah, it's because they're only giving him bans for the dumbest shit. They didn't give him ban for promoting a person that he was calling Houthi Luffy. A person that he was referring to as a terrorist. And that isn't, he didn't say the word terrorist, but he called him a Houthi multiple times and asked him, are you a Houthi? And the guy was like, yeah, I am. Yeah, man, yeah, that's what we do. I was on the boat, I was on the ship I was dancing with one of them. He wasn't dancing with him. He was confused. He saw a video on TikTok. How does Hasan get away with these, like, such blatant lies? The guy said, I was dancing with the captain of the ship. He was Chinese. There weren't even any Chinese captains. They were Filipino. Doug, he was probably just making an assumption because he saw an Asian guy. He probably doesn't know that many Asian people, and he was being a little bit racist, being like, yeah, look at this Chinese guy that I was dancing with. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
As Hasan said on Twitter, you can say Islamic pig, but you can't say Zionist pig. Shit is dumb as hell. Howl Mockery says, this is insane. Roachman gets to advocate for murdering his political opposition all day, every day, and Hasan gets banned for this? And the Flightless Penguin replies, it's fucking infuriating. And Reddit admin Arvon gets banned for Roachman is pig.
Wait, who uses ChatGPT to write his tweets?
For murdering his political opposition all day, every day, and Hasan gets banned for this? And the Flightless Penguin replies, it's fucking infuriating. And Reddit admin Arvile says, people should avoid insulting religious and national groups here. We're supposed to hate the political movements. Zionists define themselves during the decades they plan to conquer and purge Palestine, regardless of new people celebrating or continuing it. You're allowed to say Zionists killed 50,000 children, but not fuck that? Insanely manipulative. There's no other acceptable term.
Oh my fucking God. Why are you guys making such like blatantly untrue statements? He has said all of this stuff for ages at this point. He got banned for a very specific statement that he made that nobody's even talking about. Why shouldn't I be allowed to call them pigs? Why should, like, at least make that your fucking argument? Like, I don't get it.
If there were, it'd get banned for involving Israelis. We can insult every other political group, but ban fuck US imperialism? I see extremely manipulative censorship, degradation of terminology into offensive alternatives, and Twitch endorsing Zionism's genocide. Ignoramus replies, yeah, he should just stream on YouTube. And Tony says, if I'm being honest, I think YouTube unfortunately probably also bans him for this as well. People are just not ready to accept that Zionism is a form of fascism. Calling somebody a Zionist pig should be—
That's fine. That's fine to believe. And that's, I mean, honestly, on a certain level, certain forms of Zionism in the inception of it, you could probably say that was fascism. But it's just like trying to, oh my God, it's just such like a ridiculous thing too. I don't know. It's just like everything about it's so ridiculous.
the same as calling somebody a fascist pig, but people don't see it that way. If I'm being totally honest, I think YouTube would ban somebody that says Zionist pig as well, which is inconsistent because they would not ban somebody for saying fascist pig. Over on Leftovers Age 3, Hawkelt posted this screenshot from Hasan's YouTube with the caption, "Hasan indicates he's able to appeal his Twitch ban," and it's a YouTube post from Hasan where he says, "I got banned on Twitch for 7 days, 3 with an appeal, because the ADL didn't like that I was covering DHS's new surveillance list of domestic terrorists, which entail anti-ICE and pro-Palestine activists. I will be live here tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST for my regular broadcast, and will cover the ICE out of LA protests. I will not be deterred, and neither should you. F ICE, F Israel." Tadlock Glasses replies, "So he's gonna stream on Ethan's platform to way more people. Incredible that even when Pedo Troll can claim a win, he'll still end up losing. Also, Klein approved my theory that he would even post David Duke if it was somehow a dunk on Hasan. Case in point, he posted and agreed with Nick Fuentes. In dirt."
What? When did he agree? What? When did he agree with? What?
South says, "Their little crying to the ADL stunt is going to backfire and make Pedo Troll's decline even more obvious." And Tadlock Glasses says, "Now he's going to stream at the same time as Hasan and is going to get less than half the views. The ban will bring an extra couple of views to Hasan's stream and wait until his ban is lifted." Fearbug tweets out this clip with the caption, "Aiden Ross finds out that Hasan Piker was banned on Twitch."
No, no way! Yes! Oh my god! Oh, cuff him. Oh my god.
Go to the stream.
Oh my god. I know, I'm gonna look. Oh my god, stop. Cuff him. There is no way. Cuff him. I'm gonna celebrate. No,
go to the streamer band.
He put on the Hava Nagila, but he just looked up Jew music. Fucking Aiden Ross, man, I swear to God. Also, why is his tab like am I crazy, or is this stretched out more than it should be? Like, this looks stretched.
Fearbo might be getting his check.
Yes! Fuck yes!
Is that real?
You fucking dog abuser! You hate America! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Move to China. Bye!
And Hasan quote tweets it by saying, "MF says free Palestine one time after smelling Trump's seat to get a taste of Netanyahu's dick, then celebrates when a pro-Palestinian content creator gets banned for criticizing Israel. Fake ass loser." And Kickbit replies with this clip in the caption, Aiden Ross responds,
Trump's throat to taste some dick celebrates when a pro-Palestinian content gets banned. Bro, hey, what?
Aiden Ross and Hasan read the same.
Hasan, no, hold on. Hasan, you are the most ironic hypocrite. You will purposely wait for trends to be more popular. I guarantee you were not saying free Palestine first before everyone. I guarantee you weren't. You wait for people to make it a mainstream thing before you start talking about it. How come you didn't come at ICE earlier? Why are you coming at them now when the whole world does? You're a pathetic pussy, and you're a political streamer who couldn't get a stream with the president like I could, and you can never. You suck, bro, and you're almost...
Low-key, he kind of cooked him with that one. Like, you're just some dipshit, Aiden Ross, but telling a political streamer you couldn't even get a stream with the president like me when you're just some dipshit on Kick, kind of cooked him with that one. I'm tired, boss. I have Hasan fatigue. I have world fatigue.
40 years old, and I'm half your age. I'm doing way better than you, bro. So go ahead and convince your dumb, stupid fucking fan base that you fucking, it's okay to be tranny at 13 years old. You're part of the problem, bro.
And then he turns it into a complete fucking, again, dipshit on Kick commentary. Oh my God, you're actually an idiot, Aiden Ross. You know, I was laughing when you put on the Hava Nagila. I was like, okay, this is funny. And then you had to rip it away. Oh, we do need a prediction poll. Let me put it up.
Fuck you, leave America, you hate it so much.
Zero tweets out this clip with the caption, Los Pollos reacts to Hasan Piker getting banned on Twitch.
You know what the funniest part is, bro? You know what the funniest part is? All someone said to me, literally, I literally.
It sounds like he's listening to Lifestyle. It's just too quiet, or maybe it's like edited out. I can't hear it at all.
All someone said to me, literally, I got a DM. The terrorist is banned. So immediately I knew what they were talking about. Which is the sad part, is that that's what people call him, but yeah, I don't know, but I mean he'll be unbanned.
And Austin Ox replies, they gotta ban him from the Chinese buffet. Imposter says, dude got his feelings hurt so bad he's
yeah, I don't know, but I mean he'll be unbanned.
And Austin Ox replies, they gotta ban him from the Chinese.
This is what I mean, though. Like, how do you guys purity test anybody when you're just gonna call him fucking fat? Like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Buffet. Imposter says, dude got his feelings.
Okay, I'm putting the poll up right now. How late will the H3 show start today? On time, early, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes?
Hurt so bad he's joined in with the hate club. Luca fan says, I thought Los was about spreading positivity and love. And Hasan quote tweets the clip by saying, go terrorize more donuts, pussy.
Hasan's literally just on Twitter after he got banned calling people fat and gay. That's what he's doing. That was his way of dealing with stuff. Good job, Hasan.
Violet says, Los Pollos owns you. He's way better of a man than you'll ever be. Then over on the livestream fail subreddit, Grotesque Wariness posts this clip of XUC react.
I've wondered that too. Why is Los Pollos always looking up? Like, is he must have like a TV mounted where he puts stuff. Because he's always like looking off to the side, like up at the wall. Yeah, Austin Ox is Hasan's editor and head propagandist. He had a Twitter account where he posted as Dick Serto pushing fake news. I remember, yeah, it was like, and Austin Ox also like they change their profile picture all the time to try and like into like memes and stuff. I don't know. Everything is it's just so ridiculous. Like, you are just a ridiculous person.
You fucking rabid ultra-Zionist pigs. Okay? You Israel first monsters, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's actually pretty impressive, though, that is what got him after all the recent comments, though. I mean, he's been saying some outlandish shit that this is what gets him.
Was literally.
And Frozen replies, it was said that he was banned for a week, but because Hasan is time challenged, it's probably more like 1 day. Remember when he said he was detained at the airport for 2 hours and it turned out to be more like 15 minutes? And Cavril replies, Hasan said on a YouTube post that he can try to appeal it to get it reduced to 3 days. And Sleepy Snowboarder says, never understood these appeals for large creators. Surely there's nothing he can say that'll change their mind on what they were already going to do if he appealed.
Well, that clearly, that worked, apparently. I didn't see this post, so he did get it reduced to 3 days. So he did it himself by appealing it. What the fuck do you say in the appeal? I'm sorry, all the shit I was talking on X isn't real. What do you say in it? It's not like you say, oh, it was fake. This is not real. It's an appeal. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense. Why can you appeal that? Why can you appeal a blatant breach of terms of service? What are you talking about? Oh my, I'm sorry, I'm crashing out right now. That literally makes absolutely no sense.
Gallica replies, Hasan has abused his pet live on stream by shocking it with electricity, platformed an actual terrorist, promoted violence and advocated for terrorism, has encouraged violence against fellow content creators. I mean, I'm not even touching the surface here. The dude has done so many terrible things that it's almost comical he hasn't been permabanned. And Bomb Diggity replies, doxed his detractors on stream and explained how to dox others. And Frozen says, while waving a gun / soft gun, by the way, and encouraged violence against the senator. 1 day ban for that one. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko, Salsal, Coldest Bandito, Captain.
Oh, look, it's Papa Gut, Captain Crash Out. Maybe I need to join.
Crash Out, Papa Gut, and Dear Boy.
I need to give him a
Gut.
subscribe. I might join at some point, but first we have to subscribe to Internet Versus. Give him the thumbs up. Great stuff. Great video. We do have a little bit of time. I don't think we have time to get to this, so I'm going to save this for tomorrow. Let me add this to another playlist that I have. Because I actually have this other playlist of some other videos. I can pull these up real quick. This one got recommended to me. Vintage Church, Jesus video #1.
I am walking in the dirt.
Hey, Peter, Peter.
I am walking in the dirt and the rocks and the... Huh?
There's Jesus.
Huh? Jesus isn't a rock. Hey, Andrew.
Man.
Andrew is my friend. Andrew.
This way.
Oh, no.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
They're coming for him.
Hey, Jesus.
It's Jesus.
Hello, my son. Have a seat. Hey, Jesus. I was just sitting here with my stick, enjoying the sunshine.
For those of you who don't know, this is actually real footage from the time of Jesus Christ. It has been colorized, obviously. They only had black and white back then.
Jesus, I thought we were playing hide and seek and you weren't hiding.
No, Peter, I wasn't playing hide and seek. I only told you that so you would leave me alone. You see, I'm Jesus. I'm an important guy. I have important things, heavenly things to think about.
This is unironically my inner monologue of the Bible growing up in Sunday school. And then Jesus went out into the desert and was tempted by the devil. The devil said, "Come with me. You can rule the whole world." Jesus said, "No-uh. No-uh." That's basically that story if you go read it. SpongeBob is the voice of Jesus. It is Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny is Jesus?
You're always bothering me with your problems, and this guy's talking about what he wants for Christmas, and...
But Jesus, I thought you are our friend.
I am your friend, I just don't have time for you.
Oh, man.
Jesus with his wizard wand. How else is he supposed to make fish and bread into more fish and bread?
Most people...
And this is one thing I just saw quickly. It's only 8 minutes, so I wanted to check this out. Do reasons for living eventually run out? Alex O'Connor. Do reasons for living eventually run out? Interesting concept. Let's see. Let's get a little existential here.
Instinctively think that there is some kind of meaning to life. They just sort of assume that it's there. In the same way that if you ask them, why are you getting out of bed? To go to work. Why are you doing that? To make money. Why? To provide for my family. Why? To bring up my children healthily. Why? Because I want my children to be healthy. Why? What do you mean, why? For some people, they just don't recognize the question. They're just like, what are you talking about? For other people, they hear that and they go, gosh, you know what?
I saw him talking about this on a different podcast, and I do have to say I understand the concept that he's making is he's not talking about an explanation of the ways in which something happens. He's talking about the true underlying purpose. But I do think that at the end of the day, trying to convince Trying to convince the philosopher of anything is just trying to argue a pedant. You know what I mean? Like, you just end up getting lost because it does just become like a 5-year-old going, why? Yeah, this background's pretty good. Just having just a little white screen, but then just full background.
Fair enough. I actually don't know. The nihilist is someone who sort of takes a bird's eye view of it and realizes that it's all a little bit meaningless. It is nicer to...
They thought this was going to get posted for shorts only. That's why they had it like this. They told them there was going to be a wide angle, and they said, what?
Think that you are here for some kind of reason that's written into the rules of the universe, then that it all is just a happy or unhappy accident. My name's Alex O'Connor. I'm the host of the Within Reason podcast. I think I'm best described as a philosophy YouTuber and former edgy atheist.
I mean, to be fair, what makes a modern philosopher, right? I guess if he hasn't written anything, I guess. But there are philosophers that didn't write anything, like in history, that we look back on. I don't know. I'd consider him a philosopher at this point. A philosopher of sorts. What are good and bad if not a contradiction of the ego? So true. And that was the most so true statement that I've ever so trued to.
Meaning, I think, is used synonymously with purpose. And purpose is something like reason to act or reason to be. Whenever anybody acts in any way, when I pick up a glass of water to have a drink, when I walk to a bus stop or something, there will be a reason why I've done.
No, I don't think you need to be pseudo-intellectual. You can be truly intellectual and be just utterly pedantic and just not willing to, to see outside of your own belief because you find yourself, through that level of ego, thinking that you are higher and more knowledgeable.
Done that. These kinds of behaviors don't just spring up ex nihilo. They exist for some kind of reason. And so if you ask me why it is that I'm reaching my arm over there, it might be because I'm trying to pick up a glass of water. Why am I doing that? I don't just do that randomly. Well, because I'm thirsty. Okay, well, why am I thirsty? Well, now we're kind of into some biological science. You might say, well, it's been a while since I've last had a drink. And then you might describe what it is about my biology that causes thirst. And you might even give an evolutionary explanation for why it is that we've developed this sensitivity to thirst. And eventually this kind of has to bottom out somewhere. It will either have to bottom out in some evolutionary reason, or this contingent chain of reasoning just essentially goes back forever. Or it terminates in something which is self-justifying. For the religious, it will be God. Everything they do, even if they don't...
Yeah, I was going to say is usually you just fall back on this final one by saying the purpose is being driven by the soul, just to figure out whatever that driving force truly is, I guess, is the... And one would say it's God through this, but it's actually becoming closer to that purpose.
Cognize it all the time will be for the glory of God. And if you're a secular person, it will likely be something else. For some people, their meaning in life might be the raising of their children. And for most people, it probably is relational. And when people say that they found their meaning in...
See, I thought about this, right? Because people always bring up the idea, what's the point of doing anything? Even if we keep the universe, you keep life going on forever, going until the sun explodes or the sun implodes and we all die. We get a black hole and then everything's turned to nothingness. What do we do then? And the whole thing is, here's my concept, right? What you want is the purpose of life, and this is like our evolutionary purpose as well, is the attempt to procure a future for our future lineage. And that is literally just in whatever way necessary. And most of the time that does come through actualizing your natural abilities to the best of their ability to amplify your status to increase the benefit of your offspring later on. And this goes down the line so far that what you would hope is that eventually we have created such an advanced society that we can move to a different galaxy or different universe, live in a different star system to where we don't have to deal with the impending doom of this one, because it'll be in so many years ahead. Just a thought, just my personal thought on the matter. And so I think that's probably a reasonable secular view on it, even though I wouldn't necessarily consider myself wholly secular.
In life, I think a lot of the time they found that self-justifying principle. The thing that the nihilist recognizes is that the values he or she holds.
And I guess a future lineage is kind of a vague statement. I'm going to run it back a little quick. What I really mean is just humanity as a whole, I think, is what most is what drives just animals in general. As an animal, our drive is to exist and to keep our existence going, regardless of if that be your personal lineage, which is most animal kingdom. But I think for humanity, it's the things in which we teach. Because like I don't care if I have my own children or if I adopt children, I'll love them all the same, because it's about what I am teaching them and what I'm trying to share with them that truly matters, not like some invisible connection that we have through blood or something. And again, that goes not just with adopted children, that goes just your society in general, all the people in your life, the world around you. You want to make a change. I'd assume most people do. But maybe I'm wrong.
Thing that the nihilist recognizes is that the value.
I guess, yeah, when it comes down to nihilist, but I'd assume a nihilist is probably the rare, the outlier of the group.
He or she holds are not grounded in anything other than their own preferences or aesthetic preferences. Nihilism comes in many forms, and depending on the context can mean many different things. But most broadly, it's the lack of belief in or belief that there is no such thing as an objective purpose to life or to the actions that we commit and the behaviors that we portray within life. A lot of people think that if you lived...
I mean, if that's nihilism, then I guess I'm a nihilist, right? Because I wouldn't say that my view on a purpose is the objective purpose. It is my subjective reasoning for a purpose. But I don't know if you would... I think one would probably argue that that is a faulty purpose.
Like a nihilist, you'd sort of rot away in bed. Some nihilists may do that, and I think there is actually a correlation, a strong correlation between philosophical nihilism and practical depression. However, nihilism is not about the actual consequences or the things that you're doing. It's about the purpose behind them. It's about the meaning behind them. And so, suppose that you're feeling thirsty.
Is the glass half full or half empty? Okay. The optimist would say the glass is half full. The pessimist would say the glass is half empty. The nihilist said, none of it matters. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want water. They break it. They smash the glass on the ground.
I could explain to you that the only reason you're feeling thirst is because of some animalistic drive that you had no control over. But you're still thirsty. You still have that desire. You still have that value of quenching your thirst, and so you'll still do that. And the same applies...
That was a bad example because, of course, they're going to do that. It was a biological need. It was necessary. Yeah, I don't get. I mean, maybe I guess I'll explain it further. I just don't understand what the point of what that point was.
Desire. You still have that value of quenching your thirst, and so you'll still do that. And the same applies in all areas of life. Art and music and poetry, but also including relationships, friendships, that kind of stuff. You're still going to want to do those things. It's like Camus famously described in the myth of Sisyphus, this person who suddenly recognizes the structure of their day, waking up, having breakfast, getting in the car, going to work, taking a break, work, going back home, eating some food, going to sleep, starting again. And you sort of start to notice that you're doing this. And it's not anything about what you're doing. It's realizing, taking a step back and realizing that there's no meaning to any of this. There's nothing more than just my doing it. It doesn't go any deeper than that. One of the still greatest expositions of nihilism that can be found in the printed word is the book of Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament. Ecclesiastes takes us through the reflections of this man, this anonymous author. Some have tried to identify him, but it doesn't really matter who it is. We know that he was a great man, a king. He lived an illustrious life, but he saw no meaning in it. And he keeps coming back to this word, hevel, which means literally something like wind. And so it's translated as vanity by the King James. Vanity of vanities. Everything is vanity. Meaningless, meaningless. Everything is meaningless is one translation. Absurd, absurd. Everything is absurd is my favorite. He's like, I denied my eyes no pleasure that they saw. If I wanted something, I took it. I drank wine, I partied, I lived life. But in the end, I saw that it was all hevel. It was all just wind. It's
God, every time I think of nihilist, I think of Asmongold, who called himself a nihilist because he thinks it's based. Nihilism is the opposite of being based. Nihilism is the opposite of the red pill. It's not even taking the blue pill. It's literally just crying in the corner. It's being mad that Morpheus presented himself to you.
Just nothing. It just happened.
There is a purpose? No.
And then it's gone. And it doesn't mean anything. But the most interesting thing is that it seems to suggest that everything that this guy was saying was true. That it is all just wind. But that somehow, by just fearing God and keeping his commandments, you have somehow solved the problem. I don't think that that's a very satisfying solution. But then I think that that is the great theme of nihilistic literature. People try for a kind of solution, but ultimately, for me at least, they seem relatively unsatisfying. Fast forward thousands of years and you get Albert Camus' myth of Sisyphus, which famously ends with this idea of imagining Sisyphus happy. In fact, Camus is celebrated for the starkness of the opening line of the myth of Sisyphus, that there is one serious philosophical question, and that is suicide. He says everything else, how many dimensions there are to space, whether abstract numbers exist, all of that is secondary. The most foundational question is whether or not you're going to, as he once put it, have a cup of coffee or kill yourself today. You look at the
Camus was feeling it deep. He said, damn. And I guess that, and I guess that is like probably the biggest question, right? Is just, and that's why everybody draws upon what is purpose, because that is the thing that gives you a reason to keep going. And that's why I think that, like, generally the reason shouldn't be as precise as people want to make it out. It's like it has to be kind of a more general thing that you're fighting towards.
Seeming arbitrariness of the world around us, the way that the environment and the organisms within it seem to just sort of almost randomly evolve according to literal just battles for survival. I think people want something a little bit more than that. They want something which feels worthwhile, that's somehow sort of justified by some universal principle. There's almost like a moral element, that it's a good thing to be alive, that it's a good thing to live a meaningful life.
See, I just worked my way out of it. In my belief, well, that's kind of why I was saying, personally, I think that it's not necessarily about hoping that what you're doing is for good. It is hoping that what you are able to do is create a future in which good can happen, regardless of if it will or not. Give them the opportunity.
And that kind of thing I think is very difficult to ground objectively. In fact, if somebody ever asks me how I might console myself in the face of these existential woes, genuinely, at least personally, it is in agnosticism.
You're asking why your life has no meaning, but everyone has no purpose. We choose our purpose along with adapting with your environment or working your circumstances for you. But that's my view. Yeah, see, I think that's kind of the point, is it's not about finding this universal purpose of trying to find God, trying to do this. Because even in that, like in Christianity, The Bible isn't telling you to just love
We'll
God.
see the
and come
incline
close
coming
to
at you
God.
live from Los Angeles.
We'll end it right here, but it isn't just telling you come close to God, love God. It is telling you that you should be a good person because that is the only thing that will bring you to that space. And that's kind of the idea. There was 1 minute left on this if you want to go check it out on your own. And then he has a bunch of other content, Alex O'Connor, and this is on Big Think as well. But shout out to them. Shout out to Internet Versus, and shout out to the H3 show. It is on now. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping in. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member because we do members content. We're doing a Saturday stream, and then every other Tuesday we do music streams where we listen to different music and conversate about it. We did that last Tuesday, so it will be next Tuesday. Become a member if you haven't already, but I do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Captain Quasar signing off. See you there.